Order.
My question...
Order. Grant Robertson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice. How many expressions of interest or nominations for the position of Equal Employment Opportunities Commissioner were received by the Ministry of Justice after the advertised deadline of 13 October 2012?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
On behalf of the Minister, the member is still regrettably wrong in his assertion that there was an advertised deadline. The Ministry of Justice does not determine any deadline or closing date for a ministerial appointment. Any advertised dates, either in public advertisements or in the letters the Minister sent seeking nominations, are for administrative purposes only. The Ministry of Justice acts in a purely administrative support role at the Minister's direction to support the Minister's process and timetable.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order. Grant Robertson.
Mr Speaker, that was the same answer that the Minister of Justice gave yesterday to this question, and at that point, Mr Speaker, you ruled that that was an unhelpful answer, which I agreed with, and you gave us additional supplementary questions. Will you be doing that now?
No, on this occasion I will not be. The member still has supplementary questions. That was an answer that was far more clear as to the reason. I have to. No, I don't. The Minister clearly explained what he thought was a reasonable difference between the advertised deadline, which I have a copy of in front of me, and the reasons why he didn't think that was the Minister's deadline. It has been addressed adequately. The member certainly has some additional supplementary
question, Mr Speaker. Why was Jackie Blue's expression of interest for the Equal Employment Opportunities Commissioner position treated differently from other members of the public's expression of interest?
Honourable
On behalf of the Minister, I think it's important to say that there were various ways in which expressions of interest could be received. There was the advertisement and the reference to the Ministry of Justice website, and I think that's what the member is perhaps fixated on. The Minister wrote to support parties, so there were various ways. What, at the end of the day, the Minister is guided by are the statutory requirements set out in Section 29 of the Crown Entities Act 2004 and the relevant sections of the Human Rights Act 1993. The Minister also received guidance on relevant UN resolutions as to the appointment to this particular kind of position.
Question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
In light of that answer, how is it in line with those processes that the Minister's outlined for the Minister to withhold the name of one of the members of the appointment panel for a position such as this, that is a person who looks after the human rights of New Zealanders? Don't New Zealanders deserve to know that? Why would you withhold that name?
On behalf of the Minister, because she respects the requirements of the Privacy Act, and there are certain requirements under the Human Rights Act and the Crown Entities Act and the Paris Declarations as to the way in which these interviews should be conducted. It's a very senior position. I'm surprised the opposition are treating this as a matter of frivolity.
Question number 11, Kevin Haig. Order. Question number 11, Kevin.